Hi everyone, welcome back to Information Economics. Today we will do another discussion about the signaling problem, and in particular we will discuss this paper written by Kelra and Lee 2008. So in this video I will give you the introduction, and then in the next video I will discuss the model setting proposed by these two authors. And then in the next two videos I will talk about how may we signal by price and how may we signal by price and specializing in a specific service. Okay, so let's give some main ideas about this paper. We know that in practice, in our daily life, we see specializations for some firms. And that means some firms claim that they only specialize in a specific small set of services or products. For example, when you want to get your house painted, you may need to find some persons, right, or some companies. Some companies will say that they are paint and wallpaper specialists, and at the same time, some related companies they will claim that they are carpentry, paint, and landscaping service providers. In this case, we say that the first one seems to claiming that they are specialists for something related to painting your wall, and the second one is that they can do painting and some other things. Yeah, so a specialist here and one multi-service providers. Or when your car, when the brake of your car is broken, you may either choose a car shop saying that we do it all, we can fix anything, or we go to brake people, well, that means they only fix brakes. Okay, so when you see this kind of firms, typically your first image, if you have no other information, your first image would be that, oh, brake people, they only fix brakes, so they should be professionals for brakes, right? You may somehow get an image that the people that specialize in something will be more professional in those things. Yeah, so that's our image about specialization. Okay, and the whole paper will be discussing this image. So we know specialization or specializing in something means that we do not provide a product mix. Okay, and in practice we see a lot of product mix offered by companies. For example, if you go to a retail store, you typically do not see that they only sell one item or one kind of item, right? There are so many different items. And typically when your car is broken or when your motorcycle is broken, you go to a car shop or a motorcycle shop. Typically the owner there can fix any problem you have. Okay? So typically we see product mix or service mix, and that's a common practice. But at the same time, we also observe specialization. So we want to ask what's the difference between these two strategies. So by offering product mix, typically we can enjoy some synergy among multiple products or services. Why? Because when you open a car shop and that you can do one kind of service. For example, you may change tires for your car for cars. Then you have paid the fixed cost for building the facilities, right? So it will be cheaper for you to provide other services. Yeah. So there are some kind of synergy for you to offer multiple products or services. Or you may enjoy economies of scale. That means for different products or service, it will help you to get your supply quantity larger so that you may enjoy, for example, quantity discounts. For example, if you are running a retail store, if you purchase a lot from your manufacturers in each of your order, then you can save some ordering cost, or you may save some shipping cost because you order a lot, right? But if you specialize in only one kind of item, you probably cannot do that. So product mix is related to economies of scale. And finally, there may be some complementarities between products and services. If you are good at one thing, in some situations you may be good at another things. And that's complementarity, and that means you should probably consider to offer another service to get some more consumers, right? And if consumers come to your store for one particular service or product, they probably will also look at other services and products so that you may generate a lot of profit. So the key question here is why companies they will do specialization in some cases. Okay, we want to answer why. We want to find a reason. Sometimes they have no choice, right? It's possible that a firm or a service provider he can just do one thing. He just can solve brake problems, but he does not know. He has no idea about tires. That's possible. Or there are capacity constraints. For example, you open a retail store, but your store is just very small. There are no spaces for you to put a lot of items. So there may be technology or capacity constraints. Or sometimes specialization can allow you to enhance quality or reduce costs. Now what does that mean? Because you specialize in only one thing, so you don't need to worry about other things, right? So that you can keep training yourself in providing that service, and that can make that service of higher quality. Or because you can do that in a cheaper way, so the cost for providing that service or product will become smaller. Yeah. So specialization may give you that kind of benefits. In this paper, they want to discuss is there any other reason related to the image we just mentioned to you. And exactly yes. We can say that that image helps a firm to get to signal the hidden quality through specialization. What does that mean? We just mentioned that when you see someone specializing or doing only one thing, we typically interpret this person as a professional in that area, right? Or even if that may not be true, but we have that image. So if the firm wants to tell consumers that the quality is high, or I am really good in doing something, then one strategy is to only do that thing. Okay? If I am really good at, for example, if I want to open a shop to sell wine, because I am a professional of wines, I really know about a lot of knowledge about wine. Then one thing I should do is to sell only wine in my store. I shouldn't also sell soft drinks or cokes or waters, and selling only wine help me to build an image that I am good at wine. Okay? Or at the same time, if you want to open a coffee shop, if you want to open a cafe, then you only want to sell coffee, right? You may sell all kinds of coffee, but you will not want to also sell bubble tea or tapioca milk tea or soft drinks, right? You want to build up your image. You want to do specialization so that people treat you as a professional in that field. And that's exactly signaling, right? You have hidden quality and you want to do something so that consumers will know that your quality is high. The same thing happens when you do other things. For example, you may set a high price, you may do advertisements, you may do branding, blah blah, you may do warranty, you may do return, whatever. Yeah, there are all kinds of possible ways to do quality signaling. And in this paper, we discuss specialization. And this is especially true for effort-intensive areas. So what does that mean? When specialization is really helpful for you to enhance quality or reduce costs, then specialization will be more likely to be observed, right? And also, when when we are talking about services or effort-intensive services, then that's something that require experience, something that really require the high effort from the service providers. So in that case, we know that the quality may vary a lot for different services. And as a consumer, I really have no idea about the quality provided by those providers. So in that case, I am uncertain about the quality. Then I would only want to pay a low price for those services, right? So specialization will be a good thing to do. Because consumers are quite uncertain about the quality, I need to find a way to signal my quality. And that's why I do specialization. So we know there may be some benefits to specialize. For example, let's consider the following situation. Suppose I have a primary category and a secondary category that I may provide service in. Okay, I may do two things instead of one thing. If I do specialization, then in the second category, I will lose some money, right? Because I refuse to sell soft drink in my coffee shop. So if a consumer comes and he just wants Coke, then I lose some money. However, at the same time, I also save some cost, right? I don't need to purchase Coke and soft drink and store them in my warehouse. Without serving the secondary category, I can save some cost. Moreover, I can earn something in the primary category, right? Because if I can really signal my quality through specialization, then even though I still work in the primary category in the same way, now consumers know the quality is high, they will be willing to pay more to me in the primary category, and then I can earn more in this category. So there will be a trade-off between earning more in the first category and losing some money in the second category. Yeah, and that trade-off will result in different situations. So we need to ask this question. Yeah, indeed, we know specialization may be a way to signal quality. Okay, but we want to ask: is a separation really possible in this kind of signaling game? So if you are a high quality manufacturer or if you are a high quality firm, you may want to do specialization and make consumers know your high quality. But the problem is the case. The problem is that a low quality firm may want to also specialize so that the low quality firm can pretend that he also has the high quality. We want to ask whether a separation is possible, and it must be too costly for the low quality firm to also do the same thing so that a separation is possible. So before we really jump into the model details, we need to ask this question. Is it more costly for a lower quality firm to do specialization? No, we need to answer this question. So suppose there are two firms. One's quality is high, one's quality is low. In this case, suppose consumers cannot tell the quality, so they pay the average price. So we know the high quality firm will try to do signaling and get higher payments. And now the question is why the low quality firm will choose not to mimic the high quality one? No. Why the low quality firm will fail to pretend of a high quality? The idea is here. If my quality is low, that typically means the service cost or unit cost is low. Okay, I can only offer low quality service or low quality product. Okay, and that typically translates to low service cost in that category. So in that case, we can observe that when I do specialization, the cost reduction I may earn will be small. Okay, when I switch to specialization, when I give up the second category, I can save some money, right? But the money is just not much when I was doing that service. So when I give up that service, the cost reduction is low. Also at the same time, because my cost was low was low in that category, if I give up that category, then the opportunity cost, which is the lost profit, will be high for me, right? Here, make sure that you know this idea. We are talking about a low quality firm giving up the second category. Okay, we say the opportunity cost is high. The reason is that even though its quality is low, the consumer cannot tell. So the consumer pays the same for the low quality firm and high quality firm. If that's true, the low quality firm is earning more, right? So giving it up will lose more. And that's why we say the opportunity cost is high. So combining these two, we can have the intuition that the cost of specialization will be higher for the low quality firm. The cost reduction is smaller, but the opportunity cost is higher. So the low quality firm will has no incentive. Will be more likely to have no incentive to mimic the high type consumer. The high type firm. Okay, so that's the intuition. So, indeed, that seems to be possible for a separation to occur, and that's something we're going to analyze. So, in this paper, we will have several things to discuss. One is specialization, and no matter a firm specializes or not, there will be pricing decisions. We will show you that a firm may signal through prices only. That means they do the same specialization decision, but the prices are different. Or a firm may at the same time signal through two things, through prices and specialization. In this case, specialization can be a complement to the price signal, and we will show you that the high quality firm can get more by one additional layer of signaling. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.